Mhm. Linkel's here at pressure-free.com. We're on day six of the June deep dive. This is a 7-day series I've put together where instead of just 8 minutes from starting at 8 a.m. on Eastern, I go a full half hour, 20 minutes here on live, and then I have people coming in through Zoom, and we go an extra 10 minutes after that to answer questions, to help you with specifics. So if you want to jump on zoomwithL.com. That's where we are on Zoom. Otherwise, we're here live on Facebook, and then you may be catching this on the replay. Wherever you are finding this and however you get to this, maybe my YouTube channel, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and here. I'm so glad that you're checking out this series. We've done some really great topics, really important topics, and today is the big one. It's actually one of the top stressors for most people. It's money. In fact, money is such a stressor that in many homes, people never talk about it, or all they do is argue about it. Did you grow up in one of those homes where if money was brought up in conversation, it was usually an argument? Somebody spent too much, or there's not enough in the account this much. You know, there's tension around money in so many homes. And it's the number one thing young couples fight about. They have to figure out when they come together, are they going to keep the money separate? Are they going to have a joint account? Like all of those questions. And here's the deal. When a couple comes together and starts a life together, they come from two very different money stories. I learned a lot from my friend, John Astroff. It was not my friend, he's an acquaintance. I got to meet him live once, for those of you who know him. He was featured in The Secret, and he came over and gave a little session and had lunch with us when I was working with my mentor out in California. And I really love how he talks about what your money story is, because it's not just your story, it's a generational thing. You picked up a lot of money beliefs and a lot of money habits when you were growing up, and those move into your current situation. You either broke some patterns, or you dug in and kept a lot of patterns, and you might be really unaware of them. And it's these habits of belief around money that often keep people really stuck and cause a lot of stress. So we're going to dive into some of those particular things. And help just clear up a few things with some very easy tools today. I want to start first, as usual, with targets. So we'll lay the pressure-free method, targets, triggers, tools over money today. And but first, I think I want to talk personally about me for just a moment, just give you a little insight for me. So I grew up in New Hampshire with extremely frugal parents because they grew up during the Depression. And their families struggled greatly in rural New Hampshire just to have food on the table to survive those years. And so, and New Hampshire's, true New Hampshireites are known to be extremely frugal. So for my father, who was also a banker, you don't invest in anything that doesn't appreciate. Like that's what you invest in. I don't think my parents maybe once in their whole marriage bought a new sofa. Like they did not do that. They went to auctions. My first sofa when I was a little girl was made of horsehair. I'm not kidding you. It was like a love seat size. I still remember it was made of wood, and it had a padding that was kind of mustard yellow, like quite faded actually. And inside was horsehair. So when you sat on it, or a little girl like me lied down on it, I kid you not, you could hear it crunch. They bought it at an auction. They bought almost everything at an auction when they were first married. In fact, I'm a trailer park girl. My parents' first home when they got married, well, they had one more year of college, and actually they lived in a trailer. It was a trailer outside of UNH, University of New Hampshire, outside kind of in a rural area, that they paid rent to. And then they were saving their money, and they bought a little trailer in a little trailer park. And that's where I spent the first 6 months of my life. So I don't remember it. But again, they bought that and then saved their money, sold that so they could buy their house from a friend without a realtor involved. My father did that all the time because he had a lot of contacts, and my dad and mom were very social, very friendly. So they could pick up cool deals on cars, on homes, all kinds of things. So frugality was the rule in my house. I can't believe I'm going to share this, but I'm going to share this. This is how frugal my parents were. And remember, they grew up in the Depression. My father was in a farmhouse where they literally had to warm the water to take a bath, like really old fashioned. So when we were little, I'm talking about really little, I'm the oldest of three. And we would have baths twice a week. And the first bath we did, I think it was Saturday night for Sunday, and then Wednesday were our bath nights. And so first the baby was bathed in the bathtub, and then some more water was added, and my middle sister was bathed. A little more water added. Sometimes all three of us would be in there together, right? Then we would get out. My dad would take care of us while my mom filled the water some more for her to take her bath. She'd get out, and then he'd fill the bath more for him to take his bath. We didn't have a shower. We just had a bathtub. We had one bathroom, you know, and so it was very frugal because a faucet, running water, that's money down the drain. You don't waste that. You do not waste. So that's how I grew up. Very, very frugal. Anytime I spent money on something, I was like, there was a tension. So that is something I've actually had to work on. Did my frugality cause me to be so tight that I was actually repelling money from coming to me, especially as an entrepreneur, as someone who has to create in order for money to flow into my home and pay the bills. It's been a real learning journey. And thanks to John Asaraf and a couple other coaches of mine, I've been able to understand where I needed to open some of that up. So I'm still really frugal. My clothes are many years old because if it's still good fabric, you wear it to the bitter end. So it's, you know, we have these tendencies, we have these things. And actually my kids have really thanked us for how we raised them with a lot of that New Hampshire frugality. It's allowed them to have a really great business, to pay off all their student loans early because they could save and they could do the work. So yeah, and there's been times in my life where things got really hard. And the biggest one was when I started my business. I was working with a web designer out in California and Arizona who had all the chicken soup for the soul, the authors. Like I was going to be the stress queen, and they loved my videos. Like I was so excited. So I put down a huge amount of money. It was as much money as I had ever earned in a year in my old position. That's how much money I put down. I give all this money to this web designer. And 2 weeks before my site is going to launch, I'm locked out of loading things up for the site, which is kind of weird. So I send an email. I don't get any response. I'm Facebook friends, so I sent a little Facebook message to CEO. I don't get any response. So then I'm like, okay, this is really weird. I was Facebook friends with one of the designers who was specifically working on my project. So I Facebook messaged him. And I said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm locked out of Basecamp. And I go, here's my number. I gave him my phone number. So I'm in concert black, about to play a faculty recital at the college where I was teaching. And my phone rings as I'm getting out of the car, and it's him. And I'm like, oh, I've got to take this call, right? So I put my violin down, I take the call, and he says, I should not be the one calling you. But 2 weeks ago, we were told to bring in all of our equipment, all the hard drives, your hard drive, everything, because this company was now bankrupt and they weren't able to pay them. Which means my site did not launch. All the money that I poured into it, I will never see because I'm like very small on the creditor list of this bankruptcy. So I lost a ton of money, but get this, my husband left his job to go all in creating this website and creating this project with me, pressure free. So now we didn't have that income coming in. It was a really scary time. After like 10 years of being a completely debt-free family, paid everything off, feeling really great about all that. And then suddenly it was just like the rug was pulled out from under us. Had no money coming in, except for tiny little amounts from certain clients. You can survive. I did all kinds of things to get through that period of time. And, as an entrepreneur, this is the life. Like, it can be really up and down when it comes to money. And every time you like change your business or whatever, there's this like whole new growth thing. So it kind of prepared me for the life that I have now, which I wouldn't trade for anything, because I'm doing my passion. I'm helping people all around the world. So let's get to you. Let's get to targets, triggers, tools. And I share that story because I want you to know that I've been through it. I've been like on both sides, where my accounts had tons of money in them, and everything was rosy, and retirement comes in, and then like nothing. You pull up the balances and you're scared. So targets, what are you aiming for? What would you like to see happen in terms of income? And even the more important number is your net worth. Like, how much do you own minus how much do you owe? What is that number? So what kind of numbers do you want to see? What are your targets? Do you want to be debt free? Do you have some debt you want to get rid of? Do you want to increase your income? If you're a business owner, do you want to up-level your business and have more income coming in? Do you want a promotion at work? Do you want to see more money in retirement? What are your targets? Are you saving money for a trip? Let's talk about first the money, because I want you to come up with some numbers. Like, what numbers do you want to see? It's very powerful when you put a number and then put and more or a plus sign. So you're not limiting yourself. So let's say you want to earn $100,000 this year. So it'd be 100,000 and more, or 100,000 plus sign, so that you're not limiting yourself. So come up with a couple of key numbers that are targets for you. And then the so that we learned from Gary Barnes last week. So that I can, So you want this much money so that I can take a trip to Europe, so that I can fully fund my retirement this year, so that I can pay off these debts. What is it? And debt is not such a fun, aspirational, as one of my coaches usually goes, that's not a very aspirational goal, Elle. What's an aspirational goal? So if the debt thing is in there, put something aspirational as well. So like to be debt free and So you can have something that you're aspiring to, because paying off debt is not very aspiring. It can feel great, don't get me wrong. When I paid off like years and years of student loans, mortgage, all that, when we were completely debt free, it's just like, yes, we've never had a car loan, like we've never done that kind of stuff. So it's a really great feeling, I can tell you that. So when you own your home clean and free, it's like a really great thing. Also, when you have cash, if you have cash, you can actually pay cash for things. That feels really great too. So maybe it's so that I feel great. So I open my bank statement and I feel great. So do a target, create a couple of targets, probably no more than 3, but some key targets. And next are triggers. I want you to notice when you start to get tight when it's concerning money. I know for me, when there are money issues, it hits me right in the gut. Most things do not, but money does. So it's definitely a deep-seated fear I have, probably growing up in a banker-led home where we freely talked about money all the time. All the time we talked about money. There were a lot of money lessons given at the dining room table. So I remember the first time I was like, 20 something, and my checking account, I had an overdraft. Like, oh my gosh, I thought I was just gonna like have an ulcer because my stomach just tightened up so much. I was so embarrassed that I had an overdraft. So for me, it hits me right in the gut. For some people, it's just shoulders, like your shoulders go up. Some people clench the jaw and they're like really tight here. So notice when money makes you feel tense, like your body leaves you clues, your body can tell you. Then when is a money thing making you feel anxious, maybe even angry? These people fight about money, don't they? Have you seen it? It's in the sitcoms all the time. It's on television all the time. People fighting about money, but it happens in real homes all the time. And it's a real trigger. So arguing, are you arguing about money? Angry, annoyed, what makes you feel anxious? Are there some real fears there? Are there some deep-seated fears? Because you've been in difficult times and you never want to go back there and you're so afraid you might. Money is also cyclical through the seasons. You might overspend in December and then January you're just really scared, or taxes are coming up. So you've got your income taxes and then you got property taxes. So there's times of years that can be really stressful when it comes to money. So noticing all those triggers, and again, write them down, like grab a pen and just write down some of the triggers that you notice. Let's get to tools. Oh wait, one more. I had a friend who he's heavily invested. He's got a lot of investments. And every morning he tunes in and takes a look at where his investments are. That was deciding his day. If he pulls up everything and the numbers aren't what he wants, then he has a really crappy day because he's triggered fight or flight over seeing those numbers. So I actually coached him to stop looking every morning. Or he has to get really resilient and open those statements and not trigger fight or flight when he sees those numbers, because they change every moment, right? So targets, triggers, tools. Here are some great tools. I want you to have a healthy relationship with money in general. Money is currency. Money is how we exchange goods. We used to barter, then we made some coins, then we made some paper, and now we have plastic. And now we don't even use the plastic. We just do auto pay. Everything's just online. We don't even see what's going in and out anymore. Do you balance your checkbook balance? Most people don't even do that anymore. They're just taking a look every day. It's really pretty crazy how changed things have gotten in the last 15 years. Really serious big change around how we even experience money. So I want you to have a healthy relationship. And the first tool for you is to pay your bills with gratitude. It's not easy. I'm talking about every bill. You go out to dinner, maybe you overspend a little bit, give a big tip. Give a big tip and pay it with gratitude. When you pay things with gratitude, you're sending a different kind of currency. If you pay things begrudgingly, that's tension. You may even trigger the stress response because you're paying a bill. So be open, be wide, pay your bill with gratitude, because you want the reverse to happen. You want people to give you your paycheck or pay you for your gifts, talents, and services with gratitude as well. So when you do it with gratitude, you're sending this signal that you receive with gratitude, you give with gratitude. It's going back and forth. You've got currency flowing in a good way, in a healthy way. So pay your bills with gratitude. The second one is ask the empowering question. If you're going through some tough times or making decisions, how can I get resourceful? Tony Robbins said this, but I'm sure he got it from someone. There's no lack of resources today. There's a lack of resourcefulness. Even though at our fingertips, we have answers to so much. But you'll feel stuck, and in fight or flight, it will feel difficult to reach out for help, to try and find out what are some options for you. So go ahead and get very resourceful. Step 3, it's kind of crazy, but this is my wallet. By the way, for years, I didn't even have a wallet. I had a little side purse that everything went in. And then I decided to get that my money deserves to be in a prettier place. So I actually got a wallet. I'm going to open it up here, because most of the time when people open their wallets today, all they see are cards, okay? All they have are cards. I'm going to encourage you to go to your bank and take out some crisp $100 bills, preferably in the amount of the value you put on yourself for a day. So how much are you worth a day? I learned this from the coach, John DeMartini. How much are you worth a day? What number pops into your head? You may have heard me talk about this before, but I rarely bring out my wallet. So we're going to bring out my own wallet. So how much are you worth a day? I'm going to count this out for you, by the way. How much are you worth a day? Take that amount in $100 bills. If you can, if you don't have that much that you can take out what you can, put it in your wallet and do not use it. Every time you open, I want you to look at it though, even touch it, okay? Because when you look at it, when you touch it, something magical starts to happen. So I'm going to pull out mine and pull this out. Well, here for a sec. Okay, so I have a lot in my wallet. I have American money, and we'll just kind of flip through there. Whoops, there's a card. And then I have foreign money, which I'm going to gladly show you. Whoops, there's some more American money. I used to carry no cash in my purse, by the way, before I did this experiment. So here we go. We got some serious money here. We have some English money, or we have British money, euros, Royal Bank of Scotland. Here's the euros. And then I actually have, where is it? It's so pretty. Here it is. Oh, Canadian. I have Canadian money. And then I have this pretty little money. Maggie Wood, if you're watching, Maggie Venningston. I think you gave this to William from Qatar. My son somehow got this. This was just money that was all around the house, like in desk drawers and things from trips. And I gathered it all together because I want to coach people all around the world. I want Pressure Free to touch people all around the world. I have followers in Africa, in Australia, in New Zealand, in Hawaii, in Europe, in Asia. And so I put this money in, and that month I got a client from Australia, and I got a client from Canada who was from Germany. Like, boom. In the first month that I put this money in my purse, because every time I open my purse, this is a reminder. I'm building an international business. I'm touching people all around the world. That is my dream. That is my goal. I want to help people all around the world. Now, the American money, when I did this experiment and I said, okay, how much am I worth a day? It was a real lowball number, you guys. It was really, makes me sad when I ask my clients this, they say some really huge numbers, which makes my heart soar. So this told me a little bit about myself. My number was $500. $500 was what I was worth a day, which isn't very much money, right? So I was in Denver coaching when I did this with my friend Lila Gonzalez, or Lila Veronica. And I was flying back. I honestly, on my business credit card, I didn't even know if I had enough money to get my car out of the Detroit Metro Airport at that point in my business, right? But I did. And then I drove to a home where someone wanted to interview me to have me work with their daughter. And so they wanted to really ask me a lot of questions about Pressure Free and my coaching. So I went to their home, and they kind of grilled me, to be honest, like I thought it would be maybe a 20-minute conversation. Came straight for the airport, stopped at their house. It was a long conversation. And I was kind of getting to the point where I don't think they're going to go forward. But then all of a sudden she goes, well, we're satisfied. And she opens her checkbook. She'd already written the check for the full amount of my coaching. Thank goodness, because I had some serious bills to pay for my business. So I took the check, and it was just in time to actually deposit it into the bank live. And but then I thought, I'm supposed to take $500 out. I'm like, wow, but I got to pay these bills. Notice the but I have to pay these bills. But I'm like, no, I'm supposed to take the $500 out. So I got brave. I took the $500 out and I put it in my purse. And then I never touched it. Well, let's see, it must have been 4 $100 bills and some 20s, because once I used a $20 bill because we were watching a Michigan game and they didn't take a card and I only had that. So, but then I went to the bank and actually put more money in my purse at that point in time. So here's the deal. You'll forget it's in there. And then suddenly you'll open and you're like, oh yeah, right. you'll be happy that you have this money in here. Even if it's not a whole lot, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I can't tell you how it is. Like, I open my purse to pay. Oh yeah, that's right. It's interesting. It's like this just little layer of foundation for you that is tangible, that you can touch. And it's because we've gone so electronic that I really encourage you to get connected to actual physical paper money and coins too, if you want, like touch it. It's just, we're very tactile creatures. We are visual creatures. And when it's all going on behind the scenes, you're not attached to it. You're not intimate with it. You're not understanding it. I have to give you one more clue, because I actually teach people how to sit and walk for wealth. These are tips from Leela Veronica. She's the most amazing body coach, if you haven't worked with her. And then I've just gone deeper with it and expanded on thinking, okay, so when you don't sit on your butt, but you pull your glutes back, if you work with me or have ever been in a coaching session with me, you know about this. So if you have a tail, it could wag. If you had a tail, it could wag behind your chair. Then you know that you are now open and strong, and your butt propels you forward in life. But if you're sitting on your butt, your tail is tucked and you're afraid. You are afraid. So if your tail is tucked and you're afraid, money's not going to come to you. So the lower part of our body is really attached energetically to love and money. You might find that you're missing out on love if you've got money issues, and vice versa. So it's like, you got to open that up. You've got to relax your hips, your lower abs, relax your belly, allow energy to flow through your body so you can create. Because your ability to create is endless. It is limitless as a human being. All around you are signs of the limitlessness of creation. And you just need to tap in just to a little bit of that. So get your body in the act. That'll be easier. When you relax your abs, you'll be able to relax your shoulders. Like for me, it hits my gut. Money issues go right to my gut. So I have to relax my abs. So I hope this has been helpful, because money stresses people out so much. It stresses me out so much. Like, I can't even tell you how many sleepless nights. And I would say that most of the sleepless nights in my life were around money, even when I had a ton of it. Like, it doesn't matter. And I see that for so many people. So have a wonderful pressure-free day. Oh, your homework is to do this. I said it was a secret for those of you who are signed into my program. The money thing. Go out and get some money, beautiful money in your wallet. And I usually ask for new bills. I don't want them to have ever been folded. So crisp, I used to be a teller. So I want, like crisp, beautiful bills. It's a cool thing. I wish when I was a teller, just to finish up here, a man came in to make a deposit, a cash deposit, and he had $1,000 bill. None of us in the bank, this was Comerica Bank, Ann Arbor, right on campus, had ever seen $1,000 bill. And so it came to my window, and we were all just oohing and awing, like, look at this $1,000 bill. I can't even remember what year it was from. It was very old. $1,000 bill, and it was real. Okay. And I had to check with my manager. It was real. $1,000 bill. I just so wish then that I had the cash. I was between degrees, undergrad, grad school. I had the cash in my account to buy that bill, because I would have bought it. I bought a couple of bills that had come into my window before, like a 1936 $10 bill. I still have it. It's just so cool. It's colorful. It's beautiful. But I wish I could have bought that $1,000 bill and had the cash that I could just actually buy it and have it, just because it was so unique and beautiful. So I hope this is really helpful, because money causes a lot of stress for people. I want you to start to get free of it with these simple tips. It's just really kind of day by day stuff. But those day by day habits break some of that back money story you've got. It's 8:30, so I got to get off on the other one here. I hope you have a great pressure-free day, and I will see you soon. Bye. See you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is our last day So we're going to really dig into pressure free tomorrow. That is what we're going to be working on. Just going to give you a great pressure free session. I mean, even pop up slides. It'll be powerful. So have a great day. Bye.